Most people notice the dog before they notice anything else. He's big, really big. A powerful brown pit bull with a broad head, a heavy body, and the kind of presence that can make strangers slow down when they see him coming. But inside his home, none of that matters, because to two little girls, he's not a scary dog, he's their brother. The older girl is 5 years old. Her little sister is only 8 months, and somehow this enormous dog has become one of the most familiar parts of both their lives. The 5-year-old has never looked at him the way strangers do. She doesn't see his size. She sees the dog who waits for her when she comes into the room, the dog who follows her outside, the dog who joins her games even when he has absolutely no idea what the rules are. Their afternoons often begin on the living room floor. She brings out her toys, sits beside him, and starts creating another little adventure. Sometimes she's building something with blocks. Sometimes she's playing with stuffed animals. Sometimes she simply talks to him about whatever happens to be on her mind. And the big pit bull listens. He may not understand every word, but he seems perfectly happy to stay there. If she moves to another part of the room, he usually gets up and follows. If she sits down again, he settles beside her. It has become their normal routine. The baby has her own way of spending time with him. At 8 months old, she's still discovering everything around her. She watches her sister carefully, then looks toward the dog. Once she notices him, a smile usually appears. Her little hands reach toward his face, and the pit bull simply lowers his head closer to her. He doesn't need to do anything impressive, he just stays there. The girl's parents are always nearby, of course, but the relationship between the children and the dog has become something special to watch. The 5-year-old treats him like another member of the family. She sits next to him, she pats his back, she brings him toys, and sometimes she decides that he needs to join whatever game she has invented that afternoon. The dog patiently accepts his role. One minute he's supposed to be guarding a pile of stuffed animals, the next he's following her around the yard. There doesn't have to be a reason. Being together seems to be enough. Outside is where the dog's size becomes even more obvious. He can easily cover the yard in a few powerful strides, but when the girls are nearby, his energy changes. The 5-year-old can run around with him without him turning the game into a race. He slows down, he waits, then he follows her again. Their walks are just as relaxed. The older girl watches everything around her, stopping to look at flowers, birds, or anything else that catches her attention. The dog waits beside her. The baby watches from nearby, taking in the sights from her own little world. And somehow, the three of them always seem to end up together. Back inside, the energy eventually fades. The toys are left across the floor, the 5-year-old gets tired, the baby gets sleepy, and the big brown pit bull finds a comfortable spot close to both of them. Sometimes the older girl lies beside him, sometimes the baby rests nearby, and sometimes all three simply stay there, enjoying the quiet after another busy day. To someone passing by, he might look intimidating. To these two little girls, he is something completely different. He's the dog who has been there for their ordinary moments, the games, the walks, the quiet afternoons, the sleepy evenings. They don't need a dramatic reason to love him. He's simply part of their world. And for them, the biggest dog in the house has never felt big at all. He has always just felt like family. There is a quiet rhythm to life with these three that makes their friendship feel completely natural. The 5-year-old doesn't think twice about having a giant brown pit bull beside her. He's simply part of the house, part of the games, part of the walks, and part of the little moments that fill an ordinary day. Some mornings, the 5-year-old starts playing before anyone else is ready. She brings her favorite toys into the room, sits down on the floor, and waits for her 4-legged friend to join her. He usually does. Sometimes she rolls a ball across the floor and watches him bring it back. Other times she gives him a stuffed animal and decides that today they are both taking care of it. The dog seems perfectly happy to follow along with whatever game she invents. Her little sister is often nearby, watching everything with growing curiosity. At 8 months old, she is discovering something new almost every day, and the big brown dog has become one of the most interesting things in her world. When he walks across the room, her eyes follow him. When he lies down, she wants to get closer. She reaches toward his face, and he patiently lowers his head so she can see him. Her older sister is usually right there, gently guiding her and laughing at the baby's reaction. For a few minutes, there is nothing else happening. Just a little girl, her baby sister, and a huge dog sharing the same space. Outside, their personalities come alive in different ways. The 5-year-old loves to move. She runs through the yard, carries toys from one place to another, and invents games that change every few minutes. The pit bull follows her without making the games too rough. He runs when she runs, he slows down when she slows down, and when she suddenly decides to sit in the grass, he doesn't mind stopping too. Sometimes she throws a toy and waits proudly for him to bring it back. Sometimes she simply sits beside him and talks. He doesn't answer, of course, but he listens, and for a 5-year-old, that may be all a best friend needs to do. Their walks are another part of the routine. The older girl notices everything along the way. A bird flying overhead can stop her in the middle of a sentence. A flower beside the sidewalk can become a reason to pause. The dog waits patiently beside her until she's ready to continue. The baby experiences the walks from her own little world, watching the trees, the passing cars, and the familiar dog walking close by. Sometimes she smiles when he looks toward her. He may glance back for a second before continuing with the family. Nothing dramatic happens, and that's exactly what makes these moments special. When they return home, everyone eventually settles down. The 5-year-old may sit on the floor with a favorite toy, the baby becomes sleepy after a busy day, and the dog finds his usual place nearby. Sometimes the older girl leans against his side while watching television. Sometimes she lies on the floor next to him and quietly talks about something only she understands. The baby plays nearby until her eyes become heavy. Before long, the whole room becomes peaceful. The giant dog stretches out across the floor, surrounded by the 2 little girls who have become such a familiar part of his life. Looking at him, it's easy to understand why strangers might notice his size first. He's powerful, he's muscular, he's an imposing-looking dog. But none of that is what the girls know. They know the dog who waits for their games to begin, the dog who walks beside them, the dog who stays nearby when they are tired, the dog who has been present through so many ordinary afternoons that his presence feels completely normal. As the girls grow older, their games will change. The baby will learn to walk, the 5-year-old will discover new interests, the toys on the floor will eventually be replaced by different ones, but the memories being created right now will always be part of their childhood. They are growing up with a dog who never needed to be anything extraordinary. He didn't have to perform some incredible rescue. He didn't have to become famous. He simply had to be there, and he was. Day after day, game after game, walk after walk. For these 2 little girls, the biggest dog in the house never felt frightening. He felt familiar. He felt safe. He felt like home. And perhaps that's the simplest way to describe him. Not just a pet, not just a playmate, but their big brown brother. The one who happened to have 4 paws.